Hello, and welcome once again to Loveland's Talking. My name is Andy Hiller. I'm the Public Information Officer here at the City of Loveland, here to share with you, the public, information about what's going on with your city government. Today, we're going to be discussing something that can be beneficial to both your tummy and your wallet. We're going to offer you a preview of a new city program that can bring you a nice free dinner, perhaps, a cold beer, fun for the kids, some goodies perhaps if you're a golfer, definitely some discounts on a variety of goods and services from both local and national vendors. Have we got your attention yet? Well, this program is totally free and requires no extra effort on your part. Well, virtually no extra effort. A little typing at your keyboard, perhaps, but that's about it. It's called Recyclebank, and it has to do with recycling, as you might imagine, here in the city. And to describe it in more detail are some folks from the city's solid waste division. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves, starting with definitely the most attractive of the trio. Brenda, please.
My name is Brenda Browning. I am the Business Services Coordinator for the Solid Waste Division, which means I do oversee the administrative operations for the Solid Waste Division.
Okay.
My name is Tyler Bandemer. I'm the Superintendent for the Solid Waste Division. I oversee the day-to-day operations and just the general budget and the overall well-being of the division.
And I'm Mick Mercer. I'm a manager in the Public Works Department, and my areas of responsibility are the Solid Waste Division, Streets Division, and the Stormwater Maintenance Division.
Okay, and maybe there are some folks who really don't know what the solid waste division is or means. One of you want to describe it real quickly? Mick, go for it. You're smirking.
It's just, well, it's just the industry term for trash and recyclables and yard waste. It's called solid waste. It's stuff people throw away, typically, or hopefully recycle.
You're the guys who bring the big blue trucks out to the curb and pick up the trash and the recyclables and the yard waste.
That's right.
Okay.
People have something to throw away. Some of it goes to the landfill. Some of it we want to put back into the economy. And we need people to separate it for us, and we'll collect it and send it to its next destination.
Okay. Well, when I first heard about this new program, it kind of reminded me of frequent flyer miles. I don't know if anybody else got the same first impression, but that's how it struck me. Except this takes place at your curb. You don't have to drive for an hour to go down to the airport and pay for parking. You don't have to buy a ticket, which usually is at least 3 figures, or you don't have to buy anything else. And perhaps best of all, you don't have to suffer a pat down in front of 200 people. And putting this slide together, it was fun to see the pooch on the right getting a pat down. And that was really part of the group of photos when I Googled airport security. That's what came up. But we're all dog people here at this table, 2 of whom actually on occasion bring Jilly and Ben by the office for a visit on occasion. I'm going to have one of you explain how this new program works in general, if you would, and why it kind of reminded me of a frequent flyer program.
Well, let me start off. I'm going to hand it off, but I want to tell people why we're even doing this. We have kind of been at a plateau in our recycling program where there's so much so-called good stuff that we want out of the trash and into the recycling container so that we can then, as I said, send it to a manufacturer to be made into new products. And we've kind of reached a plateau for a variety of reasons, and we realize just some people are more into it than other people. Some people aren't into it at all. We still see a lot of easily recyclable materials like aluminum cans, very obviously recyclable.
Yeah.
We still see it in the trash, and so we tried to brainstorm what we thought might help incentivize people to try a little bit harder to do what we hope they would do, and that is give us the good stuff so we can then pass it on, and then there's a savings to the city because we actually get paid for the recycling. And the more we can move from the trash can to the recycling can, the good stuff, we actually make money on that. If it stays in that trash can, we have to pay to bury it in a landfill, and it's in that landfill is basically has to be monitored forever. So it's good business practice, basically. I mean, it's good for the environment, it's good for the community, good for manufacturers to keep our costs low, our energy costs low. It's good business practice, and not everybody's kind of aware of the economics associated with a simple act like recycling. It does matter, and it's been proven many times over to be a job creator, far more than landfilling.
Yeah.
Besides all these other benefits that I've talked about. So that's what's kind of behind it. We wanted to do more to get people to do those things.
Okay.
And that's how we sold it to council.
So, and the program itself, again, a quick overview and the relationship to perhaps frequent flyer, for at least from my perspective.
Okay. As Mick said, you know, we've been at a plateau for a little while now on our recycling and our diversion rate. It's been a really good plateau. We actually lead the state as far as our diversion rate at over 60%, but we want to go higher. It's a state incentive for the entire state to get there, and we're already there, well ahead of the game. As far as, you know, going on what Mick said again, you know, this program really incentivizes people that are already doing the right thing. You know, our rate doesn't lie. We're very high. Given that, we want to go higher with this incentive to now you get some points out of it. So every time you take your blue cart to the curb, full of material, at the end of the day, everybody on that route gets their blue car, or the truck gets weighed. The total weight of the truck then gets spread amongst
I'm going to interrupt you because I'm going to come back to that
Okay.
in just a second, because I want you to go into that in some greater detail.
Sure.
So basically, you said you get points for the weight or what's in your blue cart.
Right.
Great, I got points. What am I going to do
Okay.
with the points? Brenda, perhaps you can answer that for me.
Once you get on board with Recyclebank, you have your account set up, you're going to get these points posted to your account, and then you can redeem those points for different rewards, whether it be, you know, coupons for your favorite restaurant downtown, or a service that you know, beauty shop you always go to, or maybe it's just a magazine subscription, but you have a lot of different choices.
Okay, so you get the points and
These are banked electronic points. So you
Okay.
get credit for recycling.
right.
You sign up as a member, and every time, every other week when you set your blue card out, you're gaining more and more points, and those points become more valuable towards services, gifts, discounts, national, local, and you pick out of anywhere from 85 to 100 different ways that you can redeem those points. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just part of the service, and the hope is that people will sign up, take advantage of the program. The average Recyclebank member receives $135 worth of value annually.
I see.
So that's pretty good return
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for a zero
So
investment.
basically the equivalent of about $10 a month, which I guess if you think about it, tell me if I'm right or not, that's more or less what you pay for your trash pickup and or your recycling fee, so you kind of break even
You
on the whole deal.
You definitely get your money back, and more importantly, not more importantly, equally as important, it encourages, hopefully, people to spend money with our local businesses, to drive foot traffic into our local businesses, so there's a benefit to the local merchants as well. And I say local, they could be locally owned businesses, or they could be franchises like a McDonald's or a Bed Bath & Beyond and so on. Or you could, Safeway, you could use it for various products when you go shopping. But the money stays here, and hopefully it's a win-win-win all the way around. That's what we want it to be.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to come back to you, Tyler, and have you explain how this all works. I mean, if I put 20 pounds worth of stuff, cardboard, aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and glass bottles perhaps as well, in there, how do I specifically get points for Andy at my address for doing that?
Okay. So as explained earlier, everybody has to sign up for their Recyclebank account
Online.
online. It's an electronic system. Everything's banked online. Your rewards book is online. Everything is online. So
Except there is an option for people who don't have a computer. They can make a phone call and sign up that way too, and do it by mail.
okay.
So everybody can do it, but in this day and age, most everybody has a computer, so
Sure.
that's the rec. that's
Okay, okay.
So that's about as much effort as you have to put in as you have to go onto your computer, which most people are doing daily anyways.
Yeah.
Every other week you collect your points, but as far as the way the system goes, your truck comes by every other week, picks up your blue cart. At the end of the day, they weigh the truck, and depending on how many people are on that route, which we determine, prior to the launch of this program, at the end of the day, we take all those pounds that are on that truck, and it gets dispersed evenly amongst all the customers on that route. So if there's 10,000 pounds on there and there's 1,000 customers, everybody gets credit for 10 pounds of recyclables that day.
10 pounds, if I have a slide here, this shows 20 pounds, but each pound is worth, I think I saw, what?
2.5 points.
2.5 points, so 10 pounds would be the equivalent of 25 points, or 20 would be 50 points, so obviously the more you have in your cart, the more you recycle, the more it's going to weigh, the more points you earn. Okay. That makes sense.
And so the big incentive for us to get above that 60% diversion rate is for people to start going, figuring out more stuff in their house that's recyclable instead of putting it in their waste containers. Like Mick said, we find a lot of aluminum cans, a lot of plastic, paper, all kinds of stuff, and it's more of an incentive for people to not only just set out their blue card like they've been doing for the last so many years, but start getting more stuff out of your waste can and put it into the recycling container so you get more poundage at the end of the day when your car gets picked up.
And of course, we're not the first users of this program. This program is established. It's been up and running for several years now in other communities. So it has a proven track record for getting people to recycle more. And there is a bump in recycling rate in each of the communities that they're active. So we expect to see similar results, and we'll find out, but we think we have a pretty savvy, environmentally sensitive community, and we think if we can get some really good local merchants on board with some good rewards, we really think we'll see a good return.
Okay. Brenda, go ahead.
One of the great things about the Recyclebank website is the opportunity to learn these little tricks that we don't really think about, when we go to the grocery store, for example, what types of materials are recyclable, how we can get that recycled material back on the store shelf. So I think, by going to their website and learning a lot of these little tricks, it really kind of incentivizes you more to learn more, because as you go to their site, you can take these tests and these quizzes and learn about these processes, and you also get extra points credited to your account. So
Really?
another
Little
way.
gold star on your
Another
report
way,
card,
yes.
and
Yeah,
yes.
every time you go onto
Yeah.
every time you go on their site and do a little bit of an education item, you can earn more points.
Okay. Well, speaking about earning points, you get a big bump when you sign up, I understand.
You do. You get 300 points at sign up.
I see.
So right off the bat, you've already got enough points to buy some of the items that are in the rewards catalog just by signing up.
Okay. So you set your track. First, you got to sign up, and then I guess you put your name and address and all of that in there, and you set your card out, and then you're in the database in the system. The weighing is done after every truckload that's averaged out, and you get your points. and then when you get enough points, you go shopping, and go from there. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. It doesn't take any extra time other than a little typing. So that's pretty cool. But you can't sign up yet, and that's what we were going to joke about. While you're watching this, folks, don't stop and run to your computer right now to go sign up, because it hadn't quite started yet. We anticipate it's going to start in July, and but there will be significant notification when that occurs. How will people know that this program has begun and indeed you can sign up?
The first thing that residents are going to receive will be a letter in the mail from Recyclebank. It will have the City of Loveland logo as well, and it will have a specialized PIN for them to enter in to sign up with their account. It's very easy. I can tell you from experience, I've had the opportunity to sign up with Recyclebank in my community, and the sign up is very easy.
Okay. And then I suppose you can go in there and check your point level at any given time.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, and there'll be the usual media outreach and hopefully a newspaper article or two. The normal way of letting the community know, besides the house-to-house letter that will introduce the program. And then, of course, the utility billing newsletter, which people may not know you actually prepare. It will feature some information on Recyclebank. So there'll be a lot of ways for people to be made aware that the program is now here and it's up and running, and please go sign up.
Yep. Okay, so I've signed up. I'm starting earning points. What can I get? What kind of goodies can I get out of all of this? Give us some examples, and I know not all of this has been nailed down or established, but some of them have. And what are some of the types of things that hopefully people will be able to get? Tyler?
As mentioned earlier, we're really trying to go after some local partners. That's one thing that really makes Recyclebank work out, locally. There is a lot of national partners, but as far as items that you can look at getting, there's 2-for-1s on meals, and there's gift cards from different establishments, potentially a free beer at one of our local breweries. What else can I think of? Magazine subscriptions, and obviously depending on what you choose to use your points for, the higher value, the higher the point cost. But a lot of goods from different retailers, both nationally and locally.
There's our target is 85 to 100 local or national businesses with a local presence, and it could be Dick's Sporting Goods, $25 off a purchase over X amount. Johnny Carino's restaurant, Bed Bath & Beyond apparently is a very popular reward nationally. People just seem to really like to use it for that. Grocery stores, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. So some the local restaurants, local microbreweries, and we're still recruiting. So, and then this kind of tested and vetted base of national retailers that particularly have an environmental what's the word I want to say, ethic as part of running their business. We're really trying to match the two. So there are all kinds of ways to redeem points, and somebody will clearly find something that appeals to them.
And one of the things I know you guys are hoping to get are some kind of, maybe some fun and unusual, on the strange side. There's one, I can't promise it, but tentatively, strongly tentatively, if you ever watch or listen to a NPR radio show, Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is a current events comedy fun quiz every week. And anyway, one of their gifts inspired what we hope will be an opportunity here. I don't know for how many points, but our mayor has tentatively agreed to, if you have enough points, put his voice on your home answering machine. So when they call you, Brenda, it won't be, "Hi, this is Brenda's house." It'll say, "Hi, this is Mayor Cecil Gutierrez at Brenda's house."
I like
On your
that one.
behalf.
I
So,
like
so,
it.
so, some hopefully some fun things like that, and we'll be. I know you guys will be out working with local vendors to really get some special and valuable rewards for all of this.
Andy, one thing else I'd like to mention is we try to really go after local merchants and even the national ones who are offering a reward. I hate to use the word coupon, but a reward that is above and beyond what you would find in your normal mailers or the newspaper. That's not to say that there aren't some of those that those don't exist, but that's one of the things we really like to go after is a reward that's different, because not everybody gets these. Everybody gets to choose their rewards. When you go onto the catalog, you get to use your points to purchase whatever you want. These aren't just mailed out, willy-nilly. So everybody does get to choose what they want to use their points towards.
Okay, and point range from what kind of point range would you need to get something either from the entry level or the top end in the catalog?
Well, people can get, you can redeem your rewards for as little as 50 points. So it goes between 50 to 2,500, I believe, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a wide range. So once you sign up, you have enough right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay. So once again, doesn't cost anything. You don't have to do anything special. You just wheel your cart out to the curb. Although the more you put in your cart when you wheel it out to the curb, the more beneficial it is for you. And it's just an easy online sign up and keep track of it that way. And then maybe you can answer this: when you sign up to get a reward like a movie ticket or something like that, how do you do that? Do they mail you a movie ticket, or do you download a coupon, or how do you accomplish redeeming your reward?
Most of those types of rewards are a downloadable coupon that you can print out and take to your retailer.
Okay, cool. That's easy enough. Okay. Well, that's kind of an overview. Anything else you guys want to mention?
And a reminder for households that don't have a computer, there is another way to do the exact same thing. It requires a little more effort. You got to get on the phone and call a number, but somebody will answer, and you tell them you can get a catalog, a physical catalog, and pick your reward, and then call it in, and then they'll mail it to you. So there'll be a little bit of a time delay, not much.
Right.
So just
Okay. And we don't have that phone number, the direct phone number, but if they want to reach you guys for instructions or more detail about all of this, the number is
970-962-2529.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you say that again, please?
970-962-2529.
Okay, cool. Anything else? Tyler, Brenda, Mick, thank you.
Yeah, and I would just say, if this taping were a few weeks down the road, we could be more specific about our success, but we're real confident that we're going to have some local merchants who are going to want to participate. For them, it doesn't cost local merchants anything either to participate, and in fact, there'll be a big return for them because they'll get all kinds of free advertising besides having people coming through their door. And they'll just have to offer, whatever their incentive is. Hopefully people will then spend more money if it's a 2-for-1 meal or a free drink at a restaurant. Obviously, you have warm bodies in your chairs and they'll spend more money. But it won't cost the merchants anything, and we really haven't talked about how that's going to work. But they'll get a significant acknowledgement as being a partner, both on the city website, Recyclebank website. We're even talking about, we're in the early stages of this, but putting big ads on the side of our trash and recycling trucks. Maybe, with the local merchants. So we want them to be excited about it too, because when we have that synergy, it'll work really well.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the community will appreciate not only the the beer or the steak dinner or whatever it is, but associating with merchants who are then kind of proud to assist in the recycling effort,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So,
And the only other thing I would add is that, based on Recyclebank's experience in other communities and kind of transposing that to what we think we will see, we expect to see a 15 to 20% increase in our monthly tonnages of recyclables. So it's a significant amount of an impact if we have the success that other communities have had. So again, a win-win-win. That's what we
Okay.
want.
okay.
So neighbors need to talk to neighbors.
There you
Encourage
go.
each other to recycle that extra can. Every can helps.
That's right. I wonder how many, I'll say Coca-Cola cans or pop cans, because there wouldn't be a six-pack of beer cans in my recycle bank. No. But I wonder how many does empty cans does it take to make a pound? Ballpark? Any idea?
I should know that, and I don't. They don't weigh very much, so,
Put
but
us
yeah, I
all
don't
on
know.
the
Okay, well, I'm just guessing like a 12-pack would be equal a pound, which would be 2.5 points.
Right.
So-
All I know is I just read a statistic recently that there's still enough aluminum thrown away to rebuild our airline fleet annually.
Wow.
So there's clearly,
Huh.
and this is nationally, clearly a lot of good stuff is being thrown away, and it's a shame because it shouldn't be.
Okay.
It's easily recycled back into new airplanes or whatever else. So we all have a role to play, and we're trying to make it exciting for people and trying to reward people for doing what most are doing anyway. It's tangible this time.
Okay. Well, I'll look forward to my next flight in a giant can of
There
Budweiser.
you go.
There we go.
Anyway, okay, well, once again, thank you guys for taking your time today. And of course, always folks out there, thank you for taking your time here with Loveland's Talking. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.